All right, what's up, guys? Anthony with Bleacher Bums Gaming, and we are doing some continued testing and tweaking with Glory Days College Football. And in this update, made some changes to the drive charts, which different from what you've seen in the previous testing and development. Have kind of specialized this a little bit more so that drives, the simulated portion of drives, actually take place at the point or start from the point you have possession and are adjusted accordingly. And what this is, this was done basically to balance out the number of plays and also yardage on drives and make it, again, more variety. So first quarter I did in an unlisted video for some of the testing purposes, but we're going to jump in beginning the second quarter. Memphis and Northwestern. Memphis has just received a punt from Northwestern to start the second quarter. They lead 3-0 and are taking over on their own 15. Specifics in this game, Northwestern, of course, a very solid defense, mediocre offense. Memphis, above average offense and average to slightly above average defense. So we'll see how this works out. So far, Northwestern has moved the ball well in between the 20s and has kind of bogged down. They've missed a field goal, fumbled deep inside Memphis territory, and punted. Memphis has 2 punts and a field goal in the first quarter. So we'll pick it up at the drive mode and Memphis. And again, Memphis is operating at a -4 on the drive chart due to Northwestern's defense. So 35, that is going to be a punt, and roll of 14 is going to be 5 plays, 15 yards on the simulated portion of the drive. So they get up to the 30-yard line. They're going to have to kick the ball back to Northwestern. So Northwestern's defense living up to the billing at this point. Their offense needs to get going, though. They've been their own worst enemy. As Memphis set to punt it away, and they are a B punting. And B on the punt, that's going to be a 44-yard punt. 5, so that's going to go down to the 25-yard line where that will be fielded. And Northwestern on the punt return is a D, roll of 8, and that's going to be a no return. So ball is dead at the 25-yard line, and that's where Northwestern starts their 4th drive of the game. Hey, what's up, Matt? Yeah, the first quarter of this should be good to go for you now. No issues with that, but let me know if there is. All right, Northwestern 95, and that is going to be a potential turnover, possible interception. So the drive portion of this is going to go 3 plays and 7 yards. So they get it up to the 32-yard line, and we will check for the interception now. Roll of 9, and Northwestern interception rating is a 1-12, and Memphis is a +2, so that's going to be picked. And interception will take place from that point, and we'll roll the return. So it's a game changer, and again, Northwestern's offense putting their defense in an unenviable situation. 6 and a 5 on the interception return. That's going to be a 5-yard return. So Memphis now jumps right into play-by-play mode, 1st and 10. At the Northwestern 27. And they will look to extend their lead here about the midway point of the second quarter. White brings the offense up, and it is going to be a run play on 1st down. 6s, that's going to be 0s for both, going from the 0 column, roll of 5. And that's going to be a 2-yard gain, and ball carrier on that's going to be Clark. So Clark for 2 yards, 2nd and 8 for the Tigers from the 25-yard line of the Wildcats. 3, and they're going to give it a go on the ground once again, and Memphis this time. They're going to have a single star against 2 stars, so -1 coming off Northwestern's defense. So -1 on Northwestern's defense, roll of 9. That's going to be a 3-yard gain. And again, the ball carrier on that's going to be Clark. It's going to bring up a 3rd down and 5. From the 22-yard line, and Memphis comes up 3rd and 5. 3 or more is going to be a pass, and this will be a short pass play. 6 is again coming out of the 0 column for Memphis. A roll of 9 on the short pass. That's going to be a 9-yard completion, and that completion goes to Ivory. So White comes through with a big 3rd down conversion, and that gets the ball down to the Northwestern 13, where it's going to be 1st down and 10. And the Wildcats defense, again, in a tough situation. See if they can rise up and get a stop and at least force a field goal here. A run play and 2 and 3 on the line result chart. That's going to be a -1. So, again, that comes off of Northwestern's card. And roll of 2 on the -1. That's going to be a 4-yard gain. And once again, the ball carrier is Clark. So his best gains are coming from Northwestern's defense at this point. As that brings up a 2nd down and 6 from the 9-yard line. White brings the Tigers up, checking over the defense. It's going to be a short pass attempt. And 2 and 6 are the trench control rolls. That's going to be a +2 for Memphis. Roll of 6 on a short pass, and that's going to be incomplete. So that is the first time White has missed in play-by-play mode. Brings up a 3rd down and 6. As Northwestern looks to bristle and stop this, 3rd and 6, and Memphis is going to try and catch them off guard. That's going to be a draw play on 3rd and 6, and they do get a bonus star for that, which unfortunately will only be a +1 since it was 0s for both teams. So roll of 2 on a +1, that's going to be a 3-yard gain, and ball carrier on that's Weaver. So Northwestern's defense is going to make that a 4th and 3. And this will be a 23-yard field goal. And Memphis is going to go ahead and try and kick that in 0-97. It is up and it is good. And Memphis capitalizes on the turnover and go up 6-0 on the field goal as we get ready for the kickoff. All right, Memphis kicking kickoff is a B. Kickoff return is a B as well. No penalty. So 6B, and that's going to go down to the goal line, and 1B on the return. We're going to have a 12-yard return. So not a very positive return there for the Wildcats as they start again inside their 20. That's the 3rd time out of 5 drives that's happened in this game. So we're past the midway point of the 2nd quarter now. Northwestern looking to get a drive going. They need 31 or better, and 45. They do indeed have that drive. And again, starting inside the 20. And again, the difference in the drive chart now will go from here, 0 to 20. So roll of 1, that's going to be 6 plays for 46 yards for the simulated portion of the drive. And again, no problem moving the ball between the 20s. It's going to get down to the Memphis 42, and the situation there 10 against a 6 defense. Going to be 3rd and 3 for the Wildcats as we jump into play-by-play mode. And our good friend Voodoo Valley, who I might be related to, maybe not, has joined us. Northwestern with the red zone stop, forcing the field goal. And again, this is the 3rd iteration of the drive chart that we're looking at as we continue development of our college football game. So play here, Northwestern 3rd and 3, and they are going to try a long pass, catch Memphis hopefully off guard. Unfortunately, Northwestern not very solid passing. This is going to be a 0s, no result, or stalemate basically on the line control check. Roll of 1, and that's going to be incomplete with a possible sack. So for Northwestern, they are 1-6 on sacks, and Memphis defensive adjustment is a -3, so they're going to escape or avoid the sack. Ramsey throws an incomplete pass, and that brings up 4th down and 3 from the 42. It's kind of no man's land, so we are going to go for it on 4th and 3. Actually, no, we're not. We're going to kick away and let the defense try and pin Memphis down and get a short field. So punt team is in. All right, Northwestern's punting is a C, roll of 6, and that is going to be a 41-yard punt. So that is an exceptional punt down to the 1-yard line. And the return result of that for Memphis, who, again, returning punts, is a C as well. So roll of 5, C, and that's going to be a dead ball at the 1-yard line. So a huge field position flip for Northwestern as they have Memphis pinned inside the 1. Let's see if they can get the stop, get the ball back with short field. Here we go. Memphis at a -4 on the drive chart. And again, the new drive chart, some tweaks here as well. It's going to be 0 to 42 as a punt. See if Northwestern can hold them here. And they do indeed. This will be a punt, 16. That's going to be 5 plays for 14 yards. So Memphis gets out of the shadow of their own goal line a little bit, but not much, not enough to make a difference, as they are going to punt from their own 15. And this will be the final drive of the first half. Northwestern with a chance to get on the scoreboard. They trail the Tigers 6-0, and again, their offense has self-destructed. 2 turnovers for the Wildcats in the first half as Memphis punts it away. And the Wildcats 9 on a B punt, and that is a potential block 92. They're just going to get that away, no block, and that's going to be a 43-yard punt. So that comes down at the 42-yard line of Northwestern, and on the return, the Wildcats a D. Roll of 2, that's going to be a fair catch. So Northwestern takes over for the simulated portion of their drive right there. And again, +1, they need 31 or better, and they're unable to sustain a drive. This is going to be an 11, 4 plays, 12 yards, and they are going to be forced to punt. So from the Memphis 46-yard line, and they will kick it away to end the first half. We'll go ahead and simulate the punt to make sure we do not have a block. And 0 on the punt. That's going to be a 50-yard punt, so that goes into the end zone, and that will end the first half. So our score at halftime in a very tight defensive battle, Memphis up 6-0. Northwestern will receive the second half kickoff, and we will jump right into the action there. So Memphis kicking it off is a B. Northwestern returning is a B as well. And that's going to be a defensive penalty. So that will be an actual holding off of the end of the return. 0 on the kickoff. That's going to be a touchback, however, so that will negate that penalty. Northwestern starts the second half with the ball on their own 25-yard line, and we'll see if they can sustain a drive and finish a drive. That's been a problem for them throughout this game. 64, that will indeed be a successful drive. So from the 25-yard line, roll of 11, and that's going to be 4 plays, 31 yards for a simulated portion of the drive. And that gets it down to the Memphis 44-yard line, and down and distance situation on an 8 is going to be a 2nd down and 6 as we jump into play-by-play mode now. So Northwestern favorable down and distance situation here. See what the play call is on 2nd 6. They're going to try and run the ball. And again, they favor the run. They're just not very good at it. Only 3.74 yards during the 2020 regular season. So roll of this for Northwestern is going to be a 3 against 2 on the defense. So +1 on the run chart, and a 6. That's going to be a 4-yard gain. Ball carrier on that's going to be Ramsey, the quarterback. And that's going to bring up a 3rd down and 2 for the Wildcats, a crucial down here early in the 3rd quarter as they look to get on the scoreboard. 3rd and 2, Memphis will be expecting the run, and Northwestern comes out and shocks them. They're going to go play action deep ball, and they're going to get a bonus start for that. Unfortunately, their line control roll is absolutely horrible. So that's going to be a -1 coming off of Memphis's defensive card on the long pass. Roll of 1. It's going to be a 20. I'm sorry, it's going to be an incomplete, almost a 21-yard completion. So once again, Northwestern has stalled. 4th and 2 at the 40. This time, kind of no man's land. This would be too long for a field goal, so they are going to go for it here. Again, Memphis expecting to run, and Northwestern going to do exactly what is expected of them. It's going to be -2 on the Memphis defensive chart. Roll of 5, and that's actually going to be a 7-yard gain, the one good result. However, Northwestern now has a potential fumble. Ball carrier on that is going to be McGowan. So McGowan goes for 7 yards. That's enough to pick up the first down to the 33. We've got to roll for the fumble now. And again, it's 1-12. Northwestern has already lost one fumble in this game, and they lose another turnover. The 3rd time they have turned the ball over, and they are killing themselves offensively. Twice have been in Memphis territory on scoring drives. So Memphis gets their first possession of the second half, and they take over at their own 33, and their simulated drive portion again, -4. They have to get 43 or better to sustain a drive, and 54, they do sustain a drive this time. Going from their own 33 with a roll of 20, that's going to be 2 plays, 25 yards for the simulated portion of the drive. And that gets it down to the Northwestern 42. Down and distance situation against a 10 defense. Going to be 2nd down and 10. All right, jumping into play-by-play mode. Memphis on their first possession of the second half. 2nd down and 10. They're going to try and run the ball here. And a roll of 6, not going to help them at all. That is going to be a -3. And a roll of 0. That's going to be a stuff result off of the Northwestern card. And stuff result, a roll of 6. And for Memphis, that's going to be a -5. So that's going to bring up a 3rd down and 15 as the ball carrier. Art gets met in the backfield right after he takes the ball. Loss of 5 yards, 3rd and 15, Northwestern. Their defense have kept them in the game despite their offense attempt to give it away. So 3rd down and long, and it is going to be a long pass attempt, and Northwestern gets a bonus star. They are expecting this. So for Memphis, roll of 3, that's going to be 1 star against 3 stars, so a -3 result. Again, we go to the Northwestern card. Roll of 4 on the long pass, and that is one of 2 good results there, Memphis. It's a possible interception, though. That's going to be a 19-yard gain. And that will be completed to Coxey. And we will now roll for the interception. So Memphis on the interception check, they are 1-10, and the adjustment for Northwestern is a +8, so intended for Coxey. And a 19-yard gain down to the 28-yard line. 18 or less, more than likely. 19, and Memphis dodges a bullet. Coxey hauls that in. A 19-yard gain that was tipped by a defender. However, Coxey and the dice have been good to Memphis. Going to be a 1st and 10 now for the Tigers as they keep the drive alive and dodge a major bullet. 1st and 10, and up to the line of scrimmage, going to be a short pass play. 4 and 6 are the trench control rolls. And going to be a +1 for Memphis on the short pass roll of 3, and that's going to be an incomplete. So Wyatt's 2nd incompletion in play-by-play mode. And again, we will derive stats from the simulated portion of the drive after. 2nd down and 10, and it's going to be a run call. So 4 and 6, even result, and a roll of 0 on the even result chart. That's going to be a 2-yard gain, and the ball carrier on that is going to be Watkins. So Memphis, they've had a tough time running the ball against Northwestern in this one, but the ball is now at the 26, definitely in field goal range as they can extend their lead, make it a 2-score ball game here. 3rd and long and 1-2. That's going to be a short pass play. And 3 stars for Memphis on the line control check, and 3 stars for Northwestern. 0 on the short pass roll of 6. And that's going to be another incompletion. So Wyatt was hot earlier in this game, and he has struggled now. So from the 26-yard line, we're going to have a field goal attempt. This will be a 43-yard field goal, and Memphis, 0 to 70. It is good from this range, and 41 up and good. And the Tigers have added on to their lead with their 3rd field goal of the game. It is now 9-0. And Northwestern needs to get an offensive drive going. And Jason, what's up, buddy? Word question. But when playing, say, a season, are there injuries that can happen that keeps a player out for a few games? I thought about that and have decided not to go with that, just again due to the abstract nature of the game and the way stats are compiled. There will be something in the event chart that accounts for injuries that will, I guess, lessen the offensive production. But in terms of players missing games or anything like that, there's really no injury system set up in this at all. And Al, Red Sox fan, also joined us. Welcome, buddy. So we will move right to the kickoff. And the reason I calculated that way, Jason, I want to kind of get the stats to equate to what they would be over the course of the season. So if a player is injury prone and missed games, it will kind of simulate that just based on the number of touches they get throughout the season. And again, going back and forth, I just really didn't want to overcomplicate the process there. So just kind of factor that into the general engine in terms of how injuries affect teams, I guess you could say. All right, so getting ready to kick off now, the Tigers, and that is a B. All right, roll of 5 on the kickoff, and that's going to be a touchback. So Northwestern, 2nd drive of the 3rd quarter, going to start at their own 25-yard line. And see if they can avoid the same old story. 3 turnovers in this game have killed them. So 87 and 87 on a +1. That is going to be a big play. So the way this works now, we go to the big play. We'll roll to see what the actual big play is and then go accordingly from there. So for that, it's going to be a big play 2, which are the larger results. They come off the drive chart. We'll just mark that down. All right, 6, and that is going to be a run play off the big play chart 2, and big play run 2, roll of 8. That's going to be a 16-yard run, and the ball carrier on that is going to be Porter. So 16-yard run for Porter, and we will jump into drive flow as my keyboard crashes. We'll jump into play-by-play mode there. And on a big play, when that comes up off the drive chart, there's no additional roll for field position. You just resume 1st and 10 wherever the big play ends up at. And that result could have been better for the Wildcats, but they will still take it up to their own 41. And we'll jump into play-by-play mode there, 1st and 10. All right, Northwestern, they're going to come out running the ball, and they get a favorable line control roll. That's going to be a +3 roll of 2, and again, hoping for a big play result there. Instead, they get one of 2 bad results in that column. That's going to be a 2-yard gain. It's kind of been the story of the game for Northwestern. They continue to shoot themselves in the foot as Bowser trudges ahead for 2 yards, 2nd down and 8 from the 43-yard line. And we're going to have a short pass called here. And again, good result for Northwestern. That's going to be a +2 on the short pass chart. Roll of 4. And again, the dice are not kind to Northwestern. Ramsey having a horrible afternoon. incomplete. 3rd down and 8. 3rd and 8 and roll of 4 on 3rd and 8, and that is going to be another short pass attempt. So for Northwestern, it's going to be a 0 on the short pass, roll of 7, and what else but an incomplete pass. Their offense is just struggling today as they're going to have to punt. So after Porter breaks a 16-yard run on the first play of the drive, it's punt time for the Wildcats from their own 43. And Memphis will get a chance to extend their lead, and 7, a punt ready C is going to be a 36-yard punt. And that puts it down to the Memphis 21, and the return on that for the Tigers. Also, C roll of 2 is going to be no return. Ball is dead there as they'll start their second drive of the second half on their own 21-yard line. All right, Tigers, despite being outgained by Northwestern in this one so far, hold a 9-0 lead just because Northwestern's offense has struggled to get out of its own way, as 58 and 58 on a -4. That is going to be a successful drive. 16 going from the 21-yard line is going to be 5 plays for 36 yards for the Tigers. So they will jump into play-by-play mode at the Northwestern 43-yard line. Roll of 6, going to be 2nd down and 12 there, however. So a tough down and distance situation as we jump into play-by-play mode. Memphis, despite the fact that they lead, they've had trouble finishing drives as well in this one, as they've had to settle for 3 field goals. And they're going to come out on 2nd and long, go for a long pass, roll of 2 on the line control. It's going to be 2 stars for the Tigers, 2 stars for Northwestern, roll of 7 on the long pass. And that's going to be a 15-yard completion, a possible sack, however, so the completion on that. 15 on the long pass goes to Ivory, and we'll roll for the sack now. And again, Memphis, 1-6 on sacks in Northwestern. That's the one area where they're not very good. It's got to be a way to get the sack, and getting out of trouble is the Memphis quarterback White. 15-yard completion, and it's going to be 1st down as Watkins hauls that in. And that gets it down to the Northwestern 28-yard line. 1st and 10 now for the Tigers, and once again, thanks for that, Jason. Appreciate it. Phil Leota has joined us. How long does it take me to rate a team? I probably about 45 minutes to an hour. I've got spreadsheets. Hey, what's up, Captain Hog? Welcome, buddy. I've got spreadsheets set up with formulas and my probabilities in there. So really, it's just a matter. I've got actually 4 different websites I use to cull different stats from, and different ratings and whatnot. So once I get that information together, 45 minutes, like I said, 45 minutes to an hour, which really isn't bad. Once the 2021 season, once the regular season is over, if I can get, and I'll probably get faster as I get going too, but once I can get to the point where I'm doing, probably 4 or 5 teams a day, as time permits, I should get to the point where towards the end of the bowl season, I have most of the teams rated for the 2021 season. So it would only be a short time after the national championship game that the games will be ready or the teams will be ready to go to the printer. And again, I'll continue to look at ways to expedite the process as we go forward, but that's where I am at right now. All right, so here we go. 28-yard line, 1st and 10. Memphis threatening once again. It's going to be a short pass play. And this time the dice result on the control check not in Memphis's favor. It's going to be a 0. And 9 on the 0 short pass. That's still going to be a 9-yard gain. So a strike there from White to Austin. Going to bring up a 2nd and 1 for the Tigers from the 19-yard line. And at least in the play-by-play portion of the game so far, White is 6 for 9 for the Tigers. Now, second down, it's going to be a play-action pass. It's 6s for both. That's going to be a 0. Short pass at 7, and that's going to be a 5-yard gain, and that completion goes to Watkins. And not much yardage, but good enough for a first down. 1st and 10 at the 14-yard line. So Memphis looking at taking a potentially insurmountable lead here late in the third quarter, especially the way the Northwestern's offense has performed. It's going to be a running play. And 1 and 3 going to be an even result, 0 on the run chart, roll of 6. And that's going to be 4 yards and a possible fumble. Ball carrier on that for Memphis is going to be White. So down to the 10-yard line, and again, fumble for Memphis. The base is 0 to 12, and an adjustment of -1 for Northwestern. Northwestern has had terrible luck on the rolls. Memphis, good luck on turnover rolls. So 11 or less, and the Wildcats defense steps up and gets the takeaway. A fumble, first turnover of the game for Memphis, and Northwestern. A huge play on defense. They're going to take over now at their own 10-yard line, and this is going to be their final drive of the third quarter. And they need to make hay on this one. Let's see if they can sustain a drive. Again, 31 or better on the sustained drive. I did not need that dice. And, of course, they can't do it. They're going to screw it up, and it's going to be a 3-and-out, no yards gained at all. So outstanding defense and terrible offense once again for the Wildcats as they're going to have to punt. It's their 5th punt of the game to go with 2 fumbles, a pick, and a missed field goal. So punt team in for the Wildcats, and this will be the last drive of the third quarter for Memphis as well. Punt result of a C, roll of 4. And they can't do very well on the punt. That's only a 33-yard punt, so that's going to be fielded by Memphis at the Northwestern 43-yard line. And punt return result, roll of 1. And 1C, that's going to be a fair catch. Smart move there. So Northwestern in big trouble as we go to the drive chart now for Memphis. And let's see if they do sustain a successful drive, roll of 13. And that's going to be 4 plays at 21 yards. So that gets it down to the Northwestern 22-yard line as we jump into play-by-play mode. Roll of 11, going to be 3rd down and 4 is our situation from there. So regardless, Memphis once again in field goal range. So 3rd and 4, and they're going to try and run the ball for that, and a terrible roll on the line control check. That's going to be a 0 against a -2. So -2, roll of 3 on Northwestern's chart, and that is going to be a 2-yard gain. So that's going to make it 4th and 2 from the 20, and ball carrier on that is going to be Watkins. And Memphis, they're going to play it safe and go for a field goal. This will be a 37-yard attempt, 0 to 97, up and right down the middle. So third quarter comes to a close, and this is an ugly game for the Wildcats. They trail 12 to 0 as they are set to receive the kickoff to start the fourth quarter. And their offense, again, has been abysmal throughout in this one as the kickoff for the Tigers, that's going to be a touchback. So once again, starting at the 25-yard line, Northwestern. And it is a broken record, but they need to make something happen here. And again, 31 or better, they have a sustained drive. And 77, that is going to be a sustained drive. 18 from their own 25 on the drive roll is going to be 7 plays, 46 yards. So another methodical drive for the Wildcats. And they are going to set up shop at the roll of 4. It's going to be 3rd and 4 from the from the Memphis 29-yard line. So again, they're not helping themselves with this down and distance situations on these drives. 3rd and 4 or more will be a pass play, and it will indeed be a short pass. And of course, Northwestern not very good at the short pass. It's going to be -1. Roll of 2 off of Memphis's chart, and that's going to be incomplete. And field goal wise, this would be a 46-yard field goal, and they'll still have 2 drives. This will make it a 2-score game. So they're going to go ahead and kick away, and potential penalty is not a penalty. It is up and good. So finally, Northwestern is on the scoreboard in this battle of field goals. It is 12-3, and they are set to kick off to Memphis for their first drive. All right, roll of 3 on the kickoff, and there are a D. That's down to the goal line, and the return as Memphis a kickoff return of D, roll of 9, and we are going to the team big play chart. So Memphis on their kickoff returns, they do have 2 decent, or actually 3 returns of 30 or more yards. Roll of 1, and that is not going to be one of them. That's going to be a 16-yard return, so they're going to take over their first drive of the 4th quarter on their own 16. And again, -4 on the drive. They need 43 or better, so to sustain a drive, they get 48. So 13 from inside, and they are going to put together an 8-play, 63-yard simulated portion of the drive. And that's going to take them down to the Northwestern 21, and the down and distance situation favorable. It is going to be 1st and 10 from there. So Memphis has figured this out, and Northwestern's defense exhausted. They have been on the field in bad situations throughout this game. So Memphis will look to salt this away, and they're going to come out throwing the dagger. It's going to be a long pass attempt. And Memphis 3 against a 2, and it is going to be a -2, so a favorable roll there, and a roll of 9, -2 long pass. And that is going to be incomplete, thankfully for the Wildcats. 2nd down and 10. Second down, going to be a short pass play, and this time the line control goes in Memphis's favor. It's going to be an even result, roll of 8 on the short pass, and that's going to be an incompletion as well. So White has been streaky in this game for the Tigers. It looks like they're going to get stuck with another field goal attempt. 3rd and long, and 3rd and long, it's going to be a long pass. Northwestern expecting that. And that's going to be -2 off the Northwestern defensive chart, long pass roll of 7. And this time, Northwestern's defense comes up big, and they get another incompletion. So we are going to have yet another field goal attempt, a battle of field goals in this one. It's going to be a 38-yarder. And again, Memphis from this range is 0-97. 38-yarder is up and good. And it is now 15-3. As the battle of the kickers continues, Memphis set to kick it off. Northwestern 2 drives, and this is still a 2-score game. But they need to have a successful drive here, and no penalty on that. The kickoff for Memphis. 6B, that's going to go down to the goal line, and on the return, 4B, it's going to be a 36-yard return. So good return for Northwestern as they set up shop on their own 36. I will probably I'll probably expand testing later. Right now, I'm still trying to finalize the game mechanics, so I have a very small test crew currently. But yeah, definitely we'll be looking for a couple more down the road as we get closer to the actual season starting. So yeah, if you remember, or actually send me an email at glorydaysgames19 at Yahoo and let me know that you're interested in helping test so I can file that. So I do not forget, as Northwestern now jumps into play-by or simulated drive mode, and they are going to have a sustained drive. So going from their own 36-yard line, a roll of 7 on the sustained drive chart is going to be a nice 7-play, 41-yard drive for the Wildcats. So they are down now to the 23 of Memphis, and against a 6 defense, it's going to be 2nd down and 8 as our situation as we jump into play-by-play mode. So let's see if they can get a little bit of luck here, the Wildcats, as they come out and they're going to run the ball, and this is definitely where they are best. This is a +2 on the run chart, roll of 4. It's going to be a nice 5-yard gain. Ball carrier on that is Bowser. So that sets up a very manageable 3rd down and 3 from the 18-yard line, and they are going to go for it here if they do not convert this. So everything open, playbook is open here, and for some ungodly reason, they try to take a shot. So they're going to do a long pass. Not very good for them. It's going to be zeros for both. So 2 on the long pass, and of course that's going to be incomplete. Ramsey's been horrible today. 4th and 3, they have got to go for it. They cannot kick. Now, hold on. They could make it 15-6. No, they've got to go for it. They have 2 touchdowns. So 4th and 3, and 4th and 3, and they're going to try another long pass. They get a favorable roll this time, however. It's going to be a +2 on the long pass, +2, roll of 0, and another incompletion. And Memphis takes over on down. So Northwestern, absolutely horrific today. Memphis set to take over on their own 17 as the Wildcats are going to get upset here by the Tigers as they jump into drive mode 98. And 98 -4, that's going to be a potential pick, actually. So interception 1 to 10, and the adjustment for Northwestern, that is going to be intercepted. I'm sorry, we haven't decided that yet. First the roll, 9, 3 plays, 7 yards. So up to the 24-yard line, and we will see if it is intercepted there. 18 or less, and 11, and Northwestern, their 2nd turnover of the game. And our interception return, and it might be the defense that makes this respectable for them. All right, 4 and a 2, and that's going to be a 7-yard return. So from the 24 down to 17. So Northwestern 1st down and 10, and they start their final drive of the game. And we are right into play-by-play mode as they start from the Memphis 17-yard line. Let's see if they can at least make this respectable. And actually, they will get to try an onside kick if they score a touchdown. So the game is not over yet. There is that bonus drive. And they're going to come out running the ball on 1st down. And not very favorable here, 5 and a 2. So it's going to be a -2, roll of 3 off of the Memphis chart here. That's going to be a 3-yard gain. Ball carrier on that, 9, is going to be Porter. Porter has provided them with most of their offense today. 2nd down and 7 now. All right. Hey, Al and CC, take care, guys. Thanks for stopping by. Appreciate it. Hit that like button on the way out if you don't mind. So 2nd down and 8, going to be a short pass for the Wildcats, and short pass going to be a -3. So Memphis expecting this -3 roll of 8, and they're still going to get that complete 3-yard gain, and the recipient of that is going to be Hull. So 3-yard gain to Hull, and that's going to make it a 3rd down and 4 from the 11 now. And definitely 4-down territory, 3rd down and 4, and it's going to be a run play for the Wildcats. So roll of 3, 1 star, +1, roll of 6 on the +1, and that is going to be a 4-yard gain and 1st down. Northwestern converts as breaks a tackle, lunges ahead, and it is going to be 1st and goal now from the 7-yard line. The Wildcats finally set to punch it into the end zone here, and 1st and goal. They're going to try a play action pass, another ridiculous call, and that is going to be, my goodness, it's going to be a -1. So coming off of the Memphis chart, -1, long pass attempt, 6 incomplete, and a possible sack. And the sack 1 to 6, and for the Wildcats, the adjustment for Memphis is a -3, and that would have been 14 or 20. So that is just going to be an incomplete pass. 2nd goal from the 7. Run the ball, guys. All right, here we go. 2nd down, and it's going to be a short pass this time. But again, Northwestern terrible with their line control results, and that's going to be -2, roll of 0. And that is going to be an incomplete off the Memphis chart. And Ramsey having a horrible day throwing the ball. 3rd down and 7 now. And now it's going to be definitely a passing down. And it's going to be another short pass attempt, 4 and 1. And going to be -2. So we're going to come off of the Memphis card again, and that's actually going to be a 7-yard completion. So the defense, the coverage was there, but a nice catch, and going up to haul that in is Hull. 7-yard touchdown pass, and finally we have a team in the end zone as completion from Ramsey to Hull, and that's going to make it 15-9 pending the extra point. So we are going to have an onside kick, and barring Memphis recovering that, Northwestern still has a shot here. So extra point 0 to 98. It is up and good. So the defense set them up, and that makes the score 15-10. And the Good Hands team is coming out for Memphis. So onside kick, it is going to have to be 18 or less. Let's see if the Wildcats can get lucky. And 73, no, Memphis has that, and they are going to be able to run the clock out at that point. So Memphis, they do not need to take their final drive. They're going to kneel down on it, and that is going to be the ball game. So final score in this one. The game ball goes to the Memphis kicker. 5 field goals. Northwestern did not score until the 4th quarter, but they were able to put up 10 points. So 15-10 Memphis over Northwestern in an upset. Final score here. Just want to thank everyone for joining us in the chat. Matt Steelfan 1933, DJ Voodoo Valley, Jason Austin, Al Red Sox fan, Captain Carl, Phil Leota, and Retro Replays Minnesota. I think that's what the MN stands for. Hey, appreciate you guys stopping by. I'm going to do the yardage real quick here. This will be a game that Northwestern definitely got the better of in terms of yardage, but again, their offense was turnover prone. They had 3 of them today. So for Memphis, 56, 18. Well, Memphis actually did not do bad, especially in the second half. 53 to 60. And Memphis had 329 total yards, and I'm pretty sure that Northwestern will exceed that. Or maybe not. All right, 19, 625, 14. The real problem for the Wildcats in this game was their quarterback play. So they barely did. Northwestern 372 total yards, Memphis 329. But Memphis, the stat that counts, 15 points on the scoreboard, and due to them winning the turnover battle 3-1, or actually 3-2. So that's it, guys. Glory Days college football, a game again currently in development as we continue to refine, test, and tweak, and introduce the newest version of the drive chart tonight, which again starts drives from the situation where the team takes control of the ball. So 0 to 20, 21 to 30, 31 to 50, and 41 out. So appreciate everyone stopping by. And again, this game will be released at the end of the 2021 college football season, which will technically actually be 2022 after the bowl games all end. So look forward to getting more testing done on this and people following. We'll talk to you later. You all have a great night. Anthony of Bleacher Bums Gaming, take care.